Hello, my name's Ethan Davidson. I would like to talk a bit about how I used Buddhist principles and meditation techniques to cope with my treatment for hepatitis C on interferon plus ribavirin. So I contracted hepatitis C at the age of 18. I didn't know it. It wasn't identified as such. And I found out at 35, and I was still living an active life, and I didn't want to disrupt that with treatment. And much later in my early 40s, I went to a doctor who told me that my liver was badly damaged. And so I decided to go ahead and take the treatment. The doctors bounced me back and forth, as far as one doctor saying I definitely should get treatment, and then him referring me to another one who said no, I shouldn't get it because I have nonverbal learning disabilities and live alone and so forth. I had already made up my mind to do it and found a doctor who would cooperate with me. I had been a Buddhist for several years, but these techniques, by the way, I believe can be used by people who do not identify as Buddhists and who have are of any or no religion. That's fine. And so when I finally went on interferon after a lot of stress, the first thing I discovered, I discovered very rapidly that it made me very emotional. And the first day I did interferon, it had no noticeable effect for a few hours. And then I started to shiver and feel very strange and unpleasant. And then I started to go into a panic attack. But fortunately, I had been trained in body awareness, and so I sat on my cushion and I made the decision to really pay attention to how my body felt, as opposed to how my mind was telling me how my body felt. And I discovered that my body really did not feel as bad as my mind was telling me that it did. So that principle was very helpful throughout my year of treatment. The next thing I noticed was that it made me extremely emotional. I cried a lot. I let myself cry a lot. But I directed my emotions in a certain way. So I found that I was able, even though many people on interferon became very angry, I was able to direct my emotions more into the area of grief. And even though I was a crybaby, I felt that that was preferable to raging on the people close to me who were trying to help me. And so that was also helpful. I was also able to channel it into compassion, and so the Buddha taught that everybody experiences sickness, old age, and death, that every life contains suffering. And paradoxically, Buddhists find that this meditation on this reality reduces suffering, because a lot of our suffering comes from feeling that we've been singled out for special punishment. And we haven't. So even though some people, if I hadn't have had hep C, I would have been healthy for longer. I still would have developed a major life-threatening, life-terminating health problem at some point, and it would have been now, at the time that it happened. I was able to be very compassionate as a result. I was able to feel that I was connected to other living beings, and everybody that was sick and in pain, and even little bugs and so forth, I felt that I was connected in our mutual dilemma, and that was very helpful to me. I didn't feel, it helped me to not feel so alone and to not slip into self-pity and so forth. I used my creative skills. I channeled my my emotions into writing poetry and so forth, and I found that also very helpful. Well, the bottom line is that my liver was too damaged to tolerate a full dose of treatment, and I had the most difficult subtype to cure, so I was not cured. And I'm awaiting the new generation of drugs, which are supposed to arrive in 2011. But it's not an experience you get over or forget quickly a year on this stuff. And so I feel a sense of mission to help other people in the same dilemma as myself. So to summarize, body awareness, which helps you distinguish the discomfort your body's really feeling from what your mind tells you you're feeling, and compassion, which helps you to realize that your situation is not unique, and that there are others, basically everybody, who is or will be going through a similar situation. And I did try to help other people when I could, despite my fatigue and so forth. So I hope this was helpful to somebody, and may you be well, may you be happy, may you be free from suffering. There are techniques, there are places you can go to study these techniques I've spoken of in greater detail, and there are people who are better at them than I am. Use Google. Thank you.